Really ugly washi tape is really good for taping things down that you're working on, like a piece of paper. But what about if you really want nice washi tape? Washi tape that's pretty or interesting instead of ugly. Usually you get a bunch of rolls and there's maybe one roll of washi tape in a package of maybe 5 or 6 that you really like. And the roll of 5 or 6 can be $16, $20 or more. So I had an idea. Napkins. Paper napkins or serviettes. These ones are IHR brand. $20 serviettes or napkins. These are 3-ply, made in Germany by IHR Ideal Home Range. And I got these on Amazon a while back because I had an idea. And I got these because I like sunflowers and butterflies are pretty. Monarch butterflies are beautiful. Not sure if you could hear me over the crinkling. I say monarch butterflies are beautiful. And the story about how they fly so far from Michoacan State in Mexico all the way up to Canada, it's pretty amazing. So I thought this looked pretty. How do you turn this into washi tape, right? Because if you try to glue it, it's not going to work. So you take the different plies apart carefully and slowly. You, for example, you start, if it's a 2-ply napkin, and I mean, your napkins need to be, you don't have to buy them if you have friends or relatives who have them. Maybe you have some laying around somewhere. As long as they're clean and with no grease on them, no food on them. Whatever kind of napkins you want. Because this is just one kind. You can get, you name it, even some pretty weird napkins. But I went for pretty instead of weird. So you slowly and carefully, well, I mean, if you want to reuse the backing, you do it more carefully and slowly than I'm doing it. But you take off the backing. And this is 3 plies, so there's another layer. And you just take your time more than I'm taking my time. It's just I've done this before. When you do it for the first time, go slowly. And just make sure that you don't accidentally tear the top part, the front part that you want to use. And you can use this back part for something. I mean, maybe even for some sort of craft project involving sort of like paper mache or something, or decoupage or something, like a foundation layer. Anyway, you get these apart. And these have this little pattern on it. I wish it didn't, but it's not going to be a deal breaker. And it just makes it a little bit harder to separate. So now you have this 1 ply, and more or less you can see through it working on a surface. If you're working on a lighter surface, you can see through it a little bit better, but I decided to work on a dark surface because this is what I've got. So, okay. You can see if you have a pattern that runs one specific way or another specific way, or maybe there's patterns in one of the 4 corners, or maybe it's like this where it's sort of a mirrored reflection. So you can either cut it into pieces, or you can, if you want to make one long strip, you can cut it into rough lengths, or I wouldn't recommend tearing it because it's pretty delicate. But what I do is I got these napkins, and I decided to get double-sided tape. And I mean, you can get whatever brand you want, but it needs to be acid-free, ACIDFREE, acid-free. This is 1/2 inch, and this is 1 inch. Half inch and 1 inch. And I went for the 1 inch because I want more of the picture, more of the scene. But I thought I could use this as well, especially if I can find some different napkins. And I only got these napkins because I like sunflowers, but also they were on a super duper sale. So I thought if this didn't work, it's okay. So anyway, we'll start off with the 1 inch, and it's acid free, and this kind tears. You can tear it, you don't have to use scissors. Now if you want you can arrange, you can cut this into strips and arrange it on, I don't have a big surface so I can't do that. And then you can, if you have a steady hand, you can pull this out and stick it to the back of it and then make a great big long strip. But I can't do that. So I am doing it this way. Well, actually, I'll start with this side instead. This strip here. And I will measure it approximately and tear it. Now, if you don't have a very steady hand, or if you don't have very steady hands, you might want to get somebody else to do this for you, because it's really, really easy to fumble the tape and then it sticks to the wrong place and you do not get a chance to get it off the napkin and put it on the right way. So you have to do it right the first time. And, you know, if you mess up, it's okay. It's life. It's not the be-all and end-all if you mess up, because I know I do. So forgive yourself and just let go of it and try again. And just, if you want, just eyeball it. Stick the sticky side of the double-sided tape down, and not really, really hard, but hard enough. You'll get the feeling of it. And I mean, you're gonna tear a napkin once in a while, and it's just life. So just smooth it on so that it really sticks well. And then you can see how it changes the texture, so it's not as bumpy. And it actually feels kind of, on this side, it feels almost like velvet. It changes the texture, and it makes it really, really interesting. Now this strip is going to be, it's going to look like this. I don't like that. And you can go along on your napkin with the business side facing down, as long as you can see roughly what you want to, where you want to tape. And if you want, you can use 1 inch, 1/2 inch, or 1/4 inch double-sided acid-free tape. You can do it in all different directions. You can just do the whole thing if you want, or you can just do this. So this involves a napkin, double-sided tape, scissors, and if your scissors start to get sticky, if the blades start to get sticky, then you'll want to wipe them off with a bit of isopropyl alcohol or rubbing alcohol, or even some sort of wet ones or something, just to get the sticky off, because you don't want to snag you don't want to snag the napkin. And just roughly trim along the edge of the double-sided tape. And there you have it. And I'll just smooth off the end like that. And I'll trim down this side. And if you accidentally cut the tape a little bit, it's okay. And if you accidentally tear it, you can figure out how to repair it on the other side because the tape will be sticky. And you can stick a little bit of a similar color on the sticky side. This is about making something that you're going to enjoy. And it's not about doing it perfectly. And if things go wrong, they go wrong. And you can try again. And here is your piece of washi tape. 1 inch wide. And like I said, you can do it 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch or 1 inch. But I wanted 1 inch, at least to make a few. And I've already made a few, but I also decided that I wanted to have some stickers. So I used 3 different rows of the 1 inch, so that's 3 inches high. And I think I'm gonna cut this one in half because you can see, like, I like this sticker, but I like this sticker. And I'm not sure they really work together, but I'm gonna stick this in a journal that I'm gonna start because I think it looks pretty. And you can make different sizes. That one's 3 inches high. This one's 4 inches wide. This one's a bit smaller. You can get really small if you're using scraps. I don't want to throw away the scraps because they're pretty and they'll come in handy in a scrapbook. Here's 1/2 inch. And it looks almost like somebody painted it. At least it does with this light. And it feels kind of velvety. It feels really nice. Here's a little bit of scrap napkin. And here's some more just odd sizes. All with double-sided sticky tape on the back. Personally, I think this is the nicest washi tape I've seen. And yeah, it can get kind of monotonous if this is the only washi tape you have, but it's not. I mean, if you've got different napkins, or if you've got vellum paper, if you've got something that you can stick the double-sided tape to, it's going to work really well. And this, I haven't cut this up yet, but I did this in a bigger section. And I didn't put them right beside each other because I wanted to work on what I wanted to have an image of on this side. So here we have 1/2 inch and then 1 inch. And I'll cut this into washi tape in a few minutes. And here's a scrap of paper, and I'm going to stick this little bit onto here. I have really short nails. Look at it, and it's like washi tape. And this double-sided tape is new, it's fresh, it's new, and so it's super, super sticky. I'm going to stick it to here to sticking really, really well on here. Now, I don't think that you'll be able to peel this off again, depending on the kind of tape you get, but this stuff that I got is fresh and it's new. And I really don't think that I'm going to be able to peel this off and stick it. No, it's really stuck on. But I mean, that's okay. And am I going to waste this? No, I'm going to cut it out. And I'm going to use a bit of stick glue to glue it as part of a bits and pieces of paper project. It'll just add a bit of color. Anyway, I just wanted to show you how to take napkin and some double-sided sticky tape, acid-free, that's important, and turn it into washi tape. Really pretty washi tape, in my opinion. And if you want, you could, for example, peel off just a little bit at the end and then stick another roll onto here. And if you have an empty spool of something like washi tape or scotch tape that's the right width, you could, and this isn't the right width, but bear with me, you can roll it up and then peel this back a little bit and stick the next piece on, and on you go, and that way you would have a continuous strip. But I don't have the right width of holder, so I'm just going to keep these flat, or maybe I'm going to just roll them like this and set them aside until I want to use them. And this is the prettiest washi tape I think I've ever seen. This started off as a humble napkin. I hope you'll try this and see how you like it. And if you do try it, please let me know. Put at ThePrairieChronicles in your description of your video, and let me see how it worked out for you, because I'd really, really like to see it. I wish you the best, and thanks for spending some time with me. Bye.